My friends, welcome to this episode of the Outdoor Gear Review. What I have behind me is the Pomoly StoveHut 70 tent. In this episode, you're going to see some serious problems coming from this tent in regards to waterproofness, leaking, and so on. I've been in touch with the company, and so far I haven't heard anything, but as it stands right now, as of the date of the release of this video, do not purchase this tent. If you have purchased one already, you may want to cancel your order. If you have one on hand, you need to test this out to make sure that it's not going to leak like crazy, because this tent is awful. It is awful. This is a dry conditions tent only as it stands right now. Apparently the company knows of the problems, but they're still shipping out defective units. This is unacceptable. So let the video begin. This is a test night episode with the Pomoly StoveHut 70, and I will go into more information about my experiences with the company and so on later in this video. My friends, welcome to this episode of the Outdoor Gear Review. What I have here is the Pomoly StoveHut 70 tent. This is a test night episode, and let me tell you, this tent is in for it. We are going to waterproof test this tent. So let me paint the picture for you all, okay? This is what the forecast is. Later on tonight, a strong wave of heavy rain is coming in. They say maybe 1 inch. Tomorrow, there's a break. Tomorrow night, another inch of rain. So this is going to be an excellent test for this tent. How waterproof is it? I suspect this tent is not going to leak. I think it's going to perform very well. My experiences with this company so far have been excellent. I have other Pomoly tents that I've purchased myself, and they have performed very well in the rain. The Outdoor Gear Review, which is my channel here, it is completely agenda free. I purchase just about everything that you see me use. I don't care if you buy it. I'm here to share information, and that's it. And that's what this episode is all about. If you're not familiar with the StoveHut 70 tent, you should be, because this is a very cool product. This is a hot tent, but you can also use this in the summertime. On the inside, it has an integrated bug net with a bathtub floor, so you don't have to worry about creepy crawlies in the warmer months. I like this, I really do. The overall design of this is so different from anything that I've seen before, and I really appreciate that. In a sea of copycat tents, having something fresh and new and different, it's refreshing, it really is. Good job to Pomoly for thinking outside of the box with this design. On YouTube, there are a few videos of this tent, but unfortunately, most of those channels are in bed with the company. Again, this is agenda-free. I'm gonna give it to you straight and tell you all how it is. So in this episode, let's find out whether or not this is waterproof. Before it starts raining, let me go ahead and say that the overall setup process of this is very easy. You could do it with poles, you could do it with trekking poles. There's numerous ways that you could set this up. Overall, the pitch here is very good. It's very simple to do. To set up this tent really doesn't take that much time, maybe 10 to 15 minutes, depending on your terrain. Right now, as you can see, there's quite a bit of snow on the ground, and also the ground is frozen, so that took a little bit of time for me. It is supposed to warm up. It's going to rain. It's going to be a cold rain, but it is rain that's forecasted. That's enough talking for now. I will see you all in just a little bit. Let it rain, let it rain. My friends, morning has come and it's time to check on the Pomoly StoveHut 70 tent. Did it leak? Comment down below. Let's find out right now. So as far as the weather goes, real quick, rain began last night around 9 p.m. and since that point in time, it's been light to moderate. This morning, before I can get up here, it was rather heavy. So far this has been a good test for this tent. The heaviest portion of this storm system is supposed to make it in later tonight. and that's supposed to be over 1 inch of rain. Right now, since it's not raining too hard, let's take a look at this tent and see if there's been any leaking. There has been substantial leaking inside of this tent. There's pools of water over here. What a shame, folks, what a shame. Let's go to the other side so you all can see this. Hopefully you all can see this, but there's a huge puddle of water down here. There's water through here, comes on over. We have a puddle of water here. This entire side here is just soaked. We have a river of water running down this tent. You can see here with these vents, that's where the water's coming from, I believe. It's making its way through, even though the guard is up and this side is fully protected. Well, obviously it's not protected enough because there's just a ton of water inside of this tent. You can see there's water throughout this area here. As far as I can tell, the water's making it through that vent, and that's the only location. I don't see anything else that is wet here. But that's a big problem, folks. That is a big problem. This is the problem area here. Obviously there's a defect along with this seam. The vent is on the other side of this, so water is making it through that seam there. It's going into the vent and then into the tent. Putting this down is not going to make a difference. Without a doubt, everyone, I am disappointed in this tent. The performance here is terrible. It's unacceptable. That's a lot of water inside of this tent. Considering the fact that it really hasn't been raining that hard, this is unacceptable. I have heard that there was issues with this tent, that they leaked, but I had heard that the issues had been solved. This is the latest version of this tent, the latest batch. I ordered this in January, now it's February, and it has arrived. As it is, my advice for you all is this: do not purchase this tent. It is simply not waterproof. If you plan to use this in dry conditions, fine, but not for wet conditions. Rain or wet snow, forget about it. Wow, I'm so disappointed, everyone, I really am. Okay, well, the testing is not complete. It's not complete yet. I'm going to leave this tent out. We'll see how much water fills inside of this thing. You never know, it might be a swimming pool by the time it's all said and done. So for now, do not buy this tent. This thing has a serious problem. The company needs to go back to the drawing board. Because I'm not in bed with the company, I can tell you all how it is, whereas other channels that are in bed with the company, they can't. They can't tell you that a product leaks, but it does. This tent has problems. Hold off on purchasing it. Let's see what Pomoly has to say. All right, everyone, my testing of this tent is complete. The rains have stopped for the most part. Let's check on this and see how bad the leaking was. We know already it's terrible, but let's go see if there's a swimming pool inside of this tent. Roughly 2.5 inches of rain fell. It was a great test for this tent, and also for this tent over here. That is from Decathlon. That's the Quick Hiker 2. Unfortunately, both of these tents failed. They're both full of water. And that's why I do these episodes. That's why I do these tests, so I can show you all how well these tents perform in a rainy situation. It's one of those things where you go out into the wilderness, you need to be prepared for any sort of conditions. You can't control the weather. Sometimes it's going to rain even when they don't call for it, and sometimes it rains when the chances are low and it can pour. So that's why I do these episodes. We go out together to see how well they perform. If it does good, I say so. If it does bad, I say so. With these two tents, both did terribly. So focusing on the StoveHut, let's go take a look at the swimming pool inside of it. So what we have here is a ton of water. You all can see that there. Massive pools of water. This is almost a swimming pool. Check that out. That's a lot of water there. So far, it looks like all of the leaking is coming from this point right here at this vent. This needs to be redesigned because this does not work. This tent is soaked. This is a complete failure. And Pomoly, I want my money back. So the tent is a massive failure. It's a swimming pool inside of it. As it stands right now, do not purchase this tent. If you have one already, you may want to return it if you can. If you have an order in progress, you may want to cancel it. If you're interested in keeping the tent, you need to make sure that it's waterproof. You need to make sure that it's going to keep you dry. As it stands right now, this is a dry weather tent only. You cannot use this in the rain. You cannot use this in the snow. I mean, this is a hot tent after all, so any snow that falls on it, it will melt and you will get wet. There is some discrepancy about this tent online. I was under the impression that this is like the second version, but I've heard from some people that the company is now on their 4th or 5th version. I have no idea which one's correct as far as that goes. What I do know is that this is the latest model as of February 2022. I've been waiting on this tent for numerous months. It came straight from the factory in China, and this is a huge failure. Honestly, I don't care what version of this tent it is. What I care about is this. Pomoly, why do you continue to sell this tent when you know there's a problem? You know that it leaks. What you're doing is setting people up for failure. A tent that leaks is a dangerous tent, especially when it's a hot tent. People are taking these tents out into cold conditions, and from there, if they get wet, they're put into a dangerous situation. So take this tent off the market. This is unacceptable. I've seen comments in regards to other YouTubers who are basically selling this product. They're in bed with the company. Nobody mentions that it leaks like crazy. That's unacceptable as well. I mean, they are putting people's lives in danger for a profit, and I can't stand that stuff. Do not support channels like that. This product right here is just flat out dangerous. This is unacceptable, especially when the company knows of the issues. This is not anything new, apparently. That's where we're at right now. I have contacted the company, but unfortunately they're on some sort of holiday and they won't be in for a few days. I contacted them not through the Outdoor Gear Review, but through my personal account. I don't want special treatment, so hopefully I won't get any. I want to be treated just like anyone else. So we will see what happens. What worries me about Pomoly is their refund policy. Up until this point, I thought highly of this company. It wasn't until I had this issue, I looked at their return policy, their warranty, and it's not good. It's not good at all. Any company that refuses a refund based upon a product being used, that's low down. That's low down, that's no good. How do you know if there's a failure? How do you know if there's an issue if you don't use it, right? In my opinion, that's a flat out scam. So Pomoly, change your return policy, change your refund policy because it's unacceptable. The Outdoor Gear Review is all about protecting individuals like you and I from companies like this. I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself. I'm getting amped up. I expected far greater. I expected far better from the company. As I mentioned before, my experiences have been good, but a company that continues to sell products that they know are defective, yeah, I don't know. It's not good, folks. It's not good. I don't want to sound like I'm being too harsh on this company, but there is a difference between right and wrong. There's a right way to handle events like this when it comes to a company that makes tents and outdoor products. The most important thing for that company is to protect their users. Shipping out products that they know are defective is not okay. No matter what version this is, they should have tested it beforehand. This is not acceptable. I do have high hopes for the company though. Hopefully they can turn this around, they can fix the issues, they can solve the issues with the customers of theirs that have purchased defective tents. I like this company, I really do. I like their products. They're different, they're fresh, new designs. I'm hoping for the best, but I'm prepared for the worst. For now, I'm done, everyone. Look for a follow-up into the future. Make sure to share your thoughts and opinions and your experiences down below. Share it with the community because, again, we are a community. We watch out for each other. We help each other out. We share opinions and experiences, and that's it. The Outdoor Gear Review is not about selling products. I can't stand that stuff. I can't stand when these YouTube channels are in business with other companies and they're just saying anything they have to sell a product to make money. It's disgusting. I don't like it. Yeah, I'm a little bit amped up. A little bit aggressive. Yeah, I apologize about that. But I don't like it, folks. So again, I'm done. We'll see where this goes. And I will have a follow-up episode in the future. But strength and honor. Take care. Hit the thumbs up because it does help the channel. You can support the channel through YouTube and Patreon if you want to. It is appreciated. The Outdoor Gear Review is sponsored by you and no one else. Bye, everybody.